Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about raising llamas. So, first off, when a llama is pregnant, it's going to have one cria. And gestation is about 11 to 12 months, maybe 11 and a half months. So, it's quite a while. And they're pretty easy keepers, fairly easy to train, especially if you start working with them young. Historically, they were used as a beast of burden and as a meat source in Peru. Nowadays, they're more livestock guardians. Not too many people use them as pack animals anymore. Although, if you were, going hiking or something, they'd be very good at it, especially if you're high altitude. Generally, they're more novelty, livestock guardian, and fiber animals. So, talking about llama fiber, uh, llama fiber is coarser compared to alpaca, and so although there are some very well bred, higher dollar quality llamas that will have a finer fleece, but the average llama is going to be quite a bit coarser than most alpacas. Now, they need to be sheared once a year, and they also need their toenails trimmed. Now, llamas and alpacas, of course, they don't have hooves like a goat or a sheep, like a split hoof, and they don't have a curved hoof like a horse. They actually have basically two toes, and they have a hooked talon slash nail, so or two of them per foot, and so they need to be trimmed regularly to prevent infection or them snagging on things. So now their fleeces are the weight ranges are gonna vary. So it could be anywhere from a pound or two up to 3 or 4, even 5 pounds. So they come in a wide range of colors, normally solids or two tones. Although there are tricolored llamas as well, but they look more like the ones I've seen have always looked more like a giraffe. So, but they go for a higher price and are more rare. But anyways, llamas are pretty easy keepers. They're really good for they're opportunistic, I would say. They're great eating for pastures, but they'll also eat weeds and bushes and shrubs. So I know a couple people here in the south that use them to eat kudzu, because just like they use goats and sheep to eat kudzu, but llamas can eat higher up on the trees, because the kudzus will climb up the trees and choke them out. So llamas can be very beneficial that way. And like I said, nowadays they're used for livestock guardians because they not only produce a sellable product, which is the fleece, every year, but they're also pretty good at fighting against coyotes and things like that. So generally you're going to use one llama and hope that it creates a bond with the herd it's supposed to protect, and they'll do a pretty good job. They will actually bite and they'll kick and stomp them, the coyote or dog, and they will work in conjunction with either guard dogs or a donkey, so they're willing to share the workload as well. So llamas will spit if they're agitated, but they just can develop a little bit of a temper. I wouldn't say they're high strung, but they're very quiet. They like to hum, and for the most part, they will squeal sometimes. I've heard a couple squeal when around shearing time, but for the most part, they're very quiet creatures, which is pretty nice compared to a donkey or even guard dogs. So if you're worried about neighbors complaining, llama might be something to look at. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll see you next time.